Okay, I got a quick word for somebody. I just want to talk about real quick about signs that you need to fast. Now, I've talked about this before, but I just feel led to talk about it again. I just want to go over a few signs just to let you know that it's time for you to fast, okay? If you are easily offended, if anything people do or say that that normally wouldn't bother you, but all of a sudden you're so easily offended, that's a sign that you need to fast. If you're overeating, that's a sign that you need to fast. If you are have your back up against the wall financially to where you just don't know how you're going to pay your bills, and it seems like every time you get $1, the enemy take $2 from you. If you're experiencing financial difficulties, I mean seriously financial difficulties, that's a sign you need to fast. If you have, every time you turn around, something is going wrong in your house, like stuff is breaking down, the kids are acting up, or if your kids are being rebellious, like normally your kids are good, but all of a sudden they are just acting up, that's a sign that you need to fast, because apparently either you are rebellious to God. Just say God is calling you to fast and you are being rebellious to God and you're not obeying him. Well, then that trickles down. Now your children are being rebellious to you, but all that is just a sign that you need to obey God and you need to fast. And also, it could be also a sign of witchcraft. If you see crazy stuff going on in your life, in your house, different people coming at you for no reason, if you're sick in your body for no reason, if your car continuously break down, if you see people stealing from you, you constantly get overdraft fees at your bank, just different things being hit on every end, that's a sign that you need to fast, because you possibly have a witchcraft attack up against you. And definitely if you're experiencing any kind of witchcraft attack, you need to fast. Even if the witchcraft comes from you, if you are being the witch because you're acting in rebellion and now you need God to break that off of you, well, you need to fast. So, signs you need to fast if it's time for you to go up. If you know it's your time, if you know it's time for you to minister, if you know it's time for you to open up that business, if you know it's time for you to either move on from a relationship, or you feel like God is about to enter you into a new relationship, the new beginnings, anything that's new in your life that's about to come and you feel it, those are signs that you need to fast. If you need a miracle in any area of your life, literally, like ain't nothing around you can fix this miracle, then you need to fast. If you feeling yourself pulling away from God or have already drifted away from God, that's a sign that you need to fast. If you're in a relationship that you know that God did not put you in, that's a sign that you need to fast in order to break that soul tie off of you, to break off that relationship. If you're any kind of sexual sin, you need to fast and break off those, like I said, those sexual sin, those tendencies, those sexual morality, covetousness. If you find yourself being jealous of people, that's a sign you need to fast. If you find yourself being envious of people, if you're getting angry with people, that's a sign you need to fast. Just angry. If you feel your flesh rising up in any area that's ungodly, like if you feel lust rising up in you, that's a sign you need to fast. If you feel like you just want to divorce your husband or your wife for no reason at all, because they just getting on your nerves, that's a sign that you need to fast. Because let me tell you about marriage. When the enemy come in and get you into your marriage, what he's really doing is trying to rob you. See, people think that, getting a divorce and moving on, they think that that's good because they get rid of the baggage, they get rid of that thing that's holding them down, they get rid of the thorn in the flesh. But reality is the enemy is trying to rob you of your spouse. He's trying to rob you of the purpose that God put you all together. See, there's a reason why God put you all together, and the devil is trying to rob you of that. But let me say this too: if you have a spouse that don't want to be with you, if he just don't want to be with you, or if she just don't want to be with you, you can't make them stay with you. The worst thing you can do is run behind them, because it's going to make them despise you even more. You're going to become despicable to them. Why? Because the Bible said you can't love two masters. You either love the one and hate the other. So if you're in a marriage and that person don't want to be with you, let them go. And if God promised you that that's your spouse, you need to get out the way. You need to get yourself in a position to cry out to God, give him your broken heart, and let God restore that marriage in due season. Because you cannot make anybody stay with you. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 7, I believe it is, where it's talking about keeping your vows. The Bible says if a person don't want to be with you, you are not under obligation at that point. Can't make nobody stay with you. But if you and your husband, spouse, y'all just can't get along and there ain't no sexual morality involved in it, then the enemy is trying to rob you of your spouse. So that's when you need to fast and you need to pray. If your kids are being bullied at school, if you're going to different things where your children are being attacked, that's a sure sign that you need to fast and pray. So, you know, when you got a bad report, that's a sign you need to fast and pray. Because see, the enemy, that's what he do. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus comes to give us life and life more abundantly. So that's all I wanted to say. That I said that that's some signs that you need to fast and pray. The major thing is drawing close to God and trusting God to fix your life. And fix your family's life, okay? Fix your finances. So and fix your health and your mental mind. And let me say this real quick before I end this video. If you find yourself up under mental attack, if you find yourself being attacked in your mind, you can't even think straight, you can't remember things, you're constantly confused, you're unorganized, that's a sign you need to fast. If the enemy is making you mental disabled, that's a sign you need to fast. So I love you all. I just wanted to share that with you all. Have a blessed day. This is Sister Joy.